always in the heart we see. Alright, it's Jarkko here again, and once again it's time to welcome you to my vinyl bar. Last weekend there was an antique fair in town, so me and my record collecting friend went to check it out. I didn't manage to see the antique Christ, but there were lots of antique stuff, and some of the stuff was more antique than I am. As usual, there were a couple of sellers that sold vinyl records. So the question is, did I find anything? The answer is yes. I find only 3 records, so I try to make this video as long as possible. But those records that I found were all classic albums, so let's check them out. The first find, the final album by the King. Actually, I already had 1 copy of this, and this is a newest pressing, reissue from 1980, and this is on black vinyl and ordinary RCA labels. And this reissue is actually rarer than the original blue vinyl pressing. So why did I buy this one? There were several reasons for it. First of all, this is my favorite Elvis record. Then this wasn't too expensive, and this one is in pretty good condition. Though not perfect, but in this case it doesn't matter, because for example this little ring there adds little character to it, and vinyl itself is in excellent condition, and especially this version has cool inner sleeve. Check this out. I've seen dozens and dozens of different Elvis records, and it is pretty rare that an Elvis record has a proper inner sleeve. And the final reason was that this is a Canadian pressing, and there might be a chance that this is an original Canadian pressing. Let me show you labels. Just ordinary RCA Victor labels. And this was a very cool find anyway. Cheers. The next classic album is this, the third studio album by Bon Jovi, an instant commercial success. The album features classic Bon Jovi songs like You Give Love a Bad Name, Wanted Dead or Alive, and especially Living on a Prayer. How much more can a song be classic than that? And this looks pretty ordinary pressing, so what's so special about it? Well, this is actually a Finnish pressing. If only you could see this. But even in Finland, the Finnish pressings are not that common that you might think. So I'm very pleased that I found this, because I've never had this album before. And in Finland, this album has sold more than 73,000 copies. Doesn't sound too much, but back in 1986, the requirement for a gold record in Finland was 25,000 copies. And these days, the same requirement is only 10,000 copies. So you do the math. But I'm very happy that I finally found this classic album. And the last but least not is the real heavy rock classic album, and it is this, the 9th studio album by Black Sabbath, and the first Sabbath album to feature the legendary vocalist Ronnie James Dio. May God rest his soul. What an album this is. Classic heavy rock songs in a row. Like the opening title, Neon Nights. That song has one of the best guitar solos ever, and it still gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. And then there's Children of the Sea, Heaven and Hell, of course, Die Young, and Lonely is the Work, and so on. What a great track. I'm not sure whether this is an original copy or not, probably not. This is a UK pressing anyway. But in this case, I don't care, because this was my very first time that I saw a proper copy of this album. And this version has this kind of vertical label. And especially this copy has a cool inner sleeve. Check this out. home taping is killing music and it's illegal. So the next time you're home taping something, remember that according to this it's illegal. I haven't done any home taping in over a decade. But basically that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I would like to hear your comments about these findings, and if you have any questions, bring them on. Thanks for watching, and careful with that needle.